My name is Savannah Murindagomo.
Okay.
I am from Harare, Zimbabwe, which is southern parts of Africa. But I feel like in Africa, I don't know if people would let that slide so easily. It would not fly. You would be beat on the spot.
You don't know it's Nigeria, they just take your light anytime. Like,
oh my days. I was like, we don't get a break? We don't get a break from the heat.
exactly.
Period.
Period.
Like the type of nicknames they have for people of my skin tone. I'm not a heartbreaker. I don't break anyone's heart.
Are you sure?
But how would you feel if I was just like, hey, Dominican?
Dominicans are nice people.
What I wanted to say was Ndinokuda, which means I love you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and as you can see, I have a beautiful lady by my side. Someone you've seen before on the channel in one way or the other in my vlogs, but you're seeing her now, you know. So hi guys, I wanted to meet Savannah.
Hi.
So Savannah, tell us your name, you know, your full name, where you're from.
Okay, sorry, I'm shy. Okay, my name is Savannah Murindagomo.
Okay.
I am from Harare, Zimbabwe, which is southern parts of Africa.
That accent came out. Hey, let me tell you something, I rarely hear the accents. Like Savannah is just speaking
I don't know why she say. I don't know why she
No,
says.
I don't get the accent, you know, when you talk. I don't get the accent. I don't hear the accent.
Which accent? The Zim accent?
I don't hear nothing except now that you said.
And now how she said nothing was very Dominican.
Well, yeah. What's the meaning of your name?
Savannah, I don't know, because that's an English name. I don't know what that means. Khithu means happiness, and then my last name Murindagomo is people that watch over the mountains.
You see that? So she's living close to the mountains. Okay, it's nice meeting you, Savannah. I know they want to say it's nice meeting you in the comment section.
Hi everyone.
Yeah.
I hope everyone watching this right now is subscribed. What are you doing if you're not subscribed? What does that even mean?
Like
close to 1,000 subscribers, guys. Subscribe, and
also
share.
turn on your post notification, share, comment, like this video. Okay, how many likes do you want on this video?
1,000 likes. No, but it's possible. It's possible. I feel like if you guys share this video, like the rest of the videos, it's possible.
So you guys, the ball is in your court. So today we're going to talk about something interesting, and that is the reality of living in Dominica and the Caribbean generally. As Africans, I'm Nigerian, if you don't know, and she's Zimbabwean. That's what they call it, right?
Zimbabwean, yes.
Yeah. So like, we're going to be talking about the reality. You know, I've shared one or two things. Not so, it's more than one or two things.
How many YouTube videos has she shared?
So if you haven't watched them, I'm going to link them below, so check them. But we're having another mind here, like, you know, Savannah is going to be telling us her experience. Savannah has lived here in Dominica, and she's currently living in Dominica, right? But she has also lived in SBT, right?
No, St.
Lucia. So she's going to be like telling us her experience so far, comparing where she's from, the experiences, what new thing, what culture shock. What culture shock and she has experienced, and all those things, right? So we're just going to dive into it after this short break. Okay, so Savannah, how has it been for you living in Dominica and being an African?
Okay, so like she said, I studied in St. Lucia for like 4 years before I came here. So when I came here, it wasn't much of a culture shock or a difference because Dominica and St. Lucia are actually known as sister islands. So there wasn't too much, you know, change from there. But when I first went to St. Lucia, I was 18. Firstly, like landing, you could just tell you're on an island. I'm from a mainland country. We're landlocked, so I've never been around or surrounded by water, but like, it's funny because like you just know that you're on an island. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, island life is, you just feel the difference from mainland life. And I remember when I first landed, I was like, okay, all right, island vibes, Caribbean vibes. And then I feel like after like a few weeks or so, like after like just getting to like adapt. I feel like I adapt pretty easily, so like it didn't take me a while to, but the things that did shock me were probably things like carnival, and I feel like she's mentioned that before.
No carnival in Zimbabwe?
We do, but like I don't think it's as, I think here in the Caribbean it's obviously it's bigger, and
it's a big thing.
It's a big thing. Like you can tell that that's a part of their culture, and I feel like, you know, I'm sure you're familiar with how they dress. Not saying it's a bad thing. Personally, I find the costumes beautiful, but I feel like in Africa, I don't know if people would let that slide so easily, especially now also with the dancing that comes along with carnival. So it's just like, wow, okay, people are willingly, freely doing this, and not just the grown adults, the younger children too. Like that's what shocked me as well. Yeah. Another thing also was just that I'm not trying to say that the little children have no respect. I just feel like some of the things they do, it would not fly back home. It would not fly. You would be beat on the spot. Literally, like I feel like I've come across little children just saying any and everything, and it's like, are you not scared of your parents? Are you not? But I think that's just how they grew up.
Let me ask you, like, as a Zimbabwean, what are the things you've experienced for the first time here, apart from like the things you mentioned, carnival? Like,
for the first time.
Like maybe first time here or St. Lucia, so far they're the same thing, right? That you really experienced in Zimbabwe personally.
Not having lights being taken. No, that's a real thing. Like that's a real fact. Like I was pleasantly surprised that they don't just be cutting light off anyhow. Like back home, there's even a schedule for when they will cut off light. It's called load shedding. They do it in Zim, they do it in South Africa.
They don't do it in Nigeria, they just take your light anytime.
Yeah, that happens too, but like I feel like there's also that schedule of, oh, you know, certain areas just expect that by this time you're not gonna have lights and so on and so forth. Another thing is the tropical storms. Like I said, we're landlocked, so anything that has to do with storms that are coming from the ocean, they don't really affect us. We have, in fact, I think we have one of the best climates in the world. I would like to believe, and she'll double check that. She'll add it. But yeah, we have one of the best climates in the world. I mean, it can get hot in summertime, but really and truly, it's like we have summer, and then we have winter.
Nice.
Yeah, we have winter, so
it's really cold in Zimbabwe.
Yeah, like right now we are just getting out of winter. Winter is from April, more like end of April to end of July, and then August is just a very windy but cold month.
So how was it for you adjusting, coming to Dominica or St. Lucia, and then it's hot and it's like...
Oh my days. I was like, we don't get a break. We don't get a break from the heat. Like there is no break. I actually like winter. I just feel like it's a nice break from the constant heat. I mean, I feel like, okay, now my body has gotten used to being on the islands, that when it actually does get a little bit cooler, I do feel it. But whereas before, the first time I was like, what is this? You know? Another thing was how, like, certain phrases they say, lingo rather, instead of just saying good evening, they say good night.
Yeah.
I don't know, for us, good night means I'm going to sleep.
No, so in Nigeria, good night is almost like 10%. Well, you can say good night when you're going to sleep, yeah. Or sometimes it's like, let me say that, bye-bye, I know you're dead, you're dying or something. Like when people die now, like, they put all those good night on their flyer.
You're joking.
So telling someone good night in the house is like, it's not something that is general that if you go to someone, instead of saying good evening, you say good night.
Yes, okay.
Like, no.
No, I know what she means. I know what she's saying. Like, okay, yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean, okay, I'm going to sleep, but I'm not going to see you again. Whereas here it's a greeting, like, oh, I'm seeing you, good night, instead of good evening.
So there's no evening, there's no night. No, there's no evening, there's night throughout. Like once it's dark, it's night.
Yeah.
Once it's day, it's morning, good afternoon. Do you guys greet when you enter the bus? And
no, okay, sorry, I'm not trying to flex. I don't use the bus back home. I have my parents, shout out to mom and dad. They will drive me where I need to go. But no, people don't. I mean, someone can, But like, I feel like here it's almost like it's engraved, like it's in their culture that once you get on the bus, greet. Like people on the bus will even vex if you don't greet them back. But I will say they have a very good public transportation system, both St. Lucia and Dominica. Like I feel like it's very organized, like, because we have the same type of public transportation back home, like the same type of buses. But like those drivers are like the most reckless drivers. They don't really follow the rules of the road. Like we could be in traffic and instead of just waiting for the traffic to die, they will go from the sides of the road where you're not supposed to drive so that they can get where they need to get to.
You're talking about Lagosians, Lagos drivers.
So yeah, there's that. And like the type of nicknames they have for people of my skin tone. Back home, they wouldn't really like call you out to be like, oh hey, yellow bone. It's just known that you're a yellow bone. Here, like, that's your name. The word they use though is shabin. So if they don't know your name, or if they're not sure of where you're from, which I must also add, I feel like in St. Lucia, it was easier for people to assume I was St. Lucian. But I think here, because most of the time they see me with other Africans, now for sure, they're like, oh, look at Africans. So, but there's a term that they use called shabin, and the stereotype that comes with that title, or shabins, is that we break hearts. I'm not a heartbreaker. I don't break anyone's heart.
Are you sure?
I always have good intentions. Men may think I'm breaking their heart, but they're breaking their own heart. That's really the truth. They're breaking their own heart. Another thing, I wouldn't really say like I hate it, but it's kind of like why. We could be walking in town. I could be my friends, or I'm sure she's dealt with it, or by myself, and you'll hear someone just shout, "Hey, African!" And it's like, yes, I'm African, but
do you need to mention it?
Like, because that's not one, that's drawing a lot of attention to me. And I just feel like, at the end of the day, I'm a person. Like, how would you feel if I was just like, hey, Dominican?
Sometimes I'm like, yes, Dominican.
I'm going to start doing that now. I actually will, because let's see how, but I mean, it is what it is. It's not like it's everybody. It's just some men or some.
It's mostly the men, basically.
Yeah, the men that have no respect for women.
Exactly.
Period. Another thing would be just the laid-back lifestyle. I don't want to use the word lazy because that could come across as offensive. But coming from, I guess, obviously bigger countries where people are constantly hustling and grinding, that's not the same energy I get from this side. I feel like the people that mostly hustle and grind are the people doing illegal things. I will not mention, but that's where I mostly see it. Obviously, yeah, people go to work, okay, fine. But it's like, why are stores closing by 4? Why? Why are you people don't want money? More money? Oh, I think maybe just because everybody on the island is now used to just ending by 4. There's not going to be people.
Or maybe because of population?
Yeah, that too. But I feel like obviously as a foreigner, it kind of throws us off balance because we're used to things. I'm sure even Nigeria, I'm sure it's even worse. But like we're just used to like places closing a bit later, Like for me, it's like if once it's 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. I'm like, and there's something I wanted to do, I'm like, man, I can't do it now because it's most likely closed. And Sunday, like there's rarely anything open. Yes, Sunday is, rest day, the day of Sabbath, yes. But there are some establishments I would expect to be open. Supermarkets don't have to close so early, do you know what I mean? Maybe 5. Okay, I feel like now that's a situation where a supermarket can close at like 5 or something.
And you really even get boss. Okay, so I'm going to ask you now, like, you've been living here, right? And what's your reality like in terms of cost of living, comparing home and here? I know at home you're not a student, you're not, but still, how has been the cost of living here compared to Zimbabwe?
I feel like something that needs to be understood always is I feel like living on an island is more expensive because they import everything. That's the first thing. But comparing it to Zimbabwe, where things have just been rough in terms of like inflation and all those things. I wouldn't really say there's that much of a difference. Like I feel like I've not really heard my parents complain of costs that much, because it's like, I think it's just giving the same energy. Maybe, I mean, if Zimbabwe was a bit better, then I'd probably say here is more expensive. But I think, but like living though, actually living, you could get cheaper accommodation here than in Zimbabwe.
Really?
Yeah. Here we're paying about what? Equivalent of like 200 and something USD. In Zimbabwe, in Zimbabwe you're paying for a room, just a room, like not kitchen, not a room. That's how much, and that's actually the reality of things over there. Like people would even just rent rooms, because what else can they do? I mean, at the end of the day, they need a place to live. But definitely Zimbabwe, I feel like, is a bit more expensive.
What's your currency? Like what currency?
We use two. We use US dollar, and we use a currency that they brought in recently, like a few years ago, called RTGs, which is monopoly money, really and truly. Is monopoly money. It's not backed up by anything. Yo, corruption, it needs to stop. It needs to stop.
In Africa?
Yeah, because it's cheaper to use US dollars than it is to use RTG. But then also it's like, how often is the USD in circulation for majority of the people? Do you know what I mean? Like a regular person may not be able to access USD as maybe some other people may be able to. But yeah, that's the difference. This is a place to retire. I feel like this is a place to come when you've done all your grinding, your hustling, your blood, sweat and tears, and you've made all your money, and now you just want to relax.
The nature here is natural.
This is where you come to relax, in my opinion. So yeah.
But do you feel lonely here too?
Lonely? I wouldn't say I feel. I personally, I would never feel lonely.
You're an extrovert.
So they say. So they say.
She's an extrovert. You guys, we're going to be in a video where we're going to be like doing a roommate's house. So you guys want to watch out for that video, like stay tuned, okay? Because roommates or housemates tag, whichever one you want to call it, but yeah, irrespective of the corruption, like you said.
Yeah, irrespective of the corruption and the rubbish that happens in both our countries, home is still home.
Home is still home.
Home is where the heart is. We're just always hoping and praying that things will get better. Because after I've done all of my studying and I start making my money, I intend on going back home.
Me, I don't know.
I would love to. I would love to.
Of course, you
it would be nice to.
Family, yeah.
I feel like it's sad having a dream to leave your home. That's not how it should be.
Dominicans are nice people. So like this place as Dominica itself has been accommodating, and also Dominicans, and we just hope they keep being accommodating towards us, and because no matter how much, it's like you did not send us to come here in the first place, but yeah, it's still not easy being here for us. So we just hope that you keep being, keep that space, that outfit space, that warm space for us, and and all those things anyway. So to end this video, to wrap it up, Savannah is going to be telling us something. No, Savannah is going to be telling the Dominicans something that she wants to tell them in our native dialect, in our local dialect, which is Zimbabwean Shona.
Shona, yes.
Shona,
yes.
Shona. So I don't understand myself, but it's good.
What I wanted to say was Ndinokuda, which means I love you.
Hey.
I love Dominica, actually. I do. Like, I feel like Dominicans are always asking, oh, do you like Dominica? I'm like, yes, I will come back. Like, when I'm done with school and I make all my money, I'm gonna come back.
Make all my money?
Yeah, because I need to come and blow the money. I need to spend, and I need to go to all these hotels, everything. But I love Dominica, and I love Precious too. I know she wasn't expecting that, but I love Dominica.
To replicate what she said, in Nigeria, Yoruba, Dominicans, money fair.
Oh, I actually knew that. I actually knew that.
Ani fair, meaning we love you, okay?
Yeah,
so you guys subscribe.
Subscribe.
Obviously, subscribe to this
Now.
channel, like this video, everything. Give this video like 1,000 likes according to Savannah.
Yeah.
And then how many subscribers from this video?
First of all, by the time that this video is uploaded, she should have already hit her 1,000 mark. What are you people doing? Stop. Yeah, if it's even possible, she should enter 2K. Do you know what I mean? But everything is possible through Christ who strengthens us.
Period. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and all those beautiful things. Like Savannah said, we should get to like 2,000 subscribers by the time this video is up.
Do it.
And 1,000 likes. So let's do this, okay? So guys, we're going to in the next one, or I'm going to in the next one, but whatever, we're going to in the next one. Till then, I still remain Precious Ayorinde, and this is
Savannah Murindagomo.
Oh yeah, shit. So from us to you, it is
bye.
Ojabo.
Tozo nana.
Oh shit.
Yay! Oh.
That give you a taste of Africa, right? Yeah.